Hello everybody, and welcome to this 3 o'clock presentation, 3 o'clock Eastern Time presentation of the Crosspoint Dota League between UCap Esports and TmF Gaming. My name is Penguin, and I'll be your main caster, and joining me as my co-caster, we have Zebra. How you doing, Zebra?
Good.
Good. We're going to just go straight into this draft. We got some quick bans coming out: Wisp, Bat Rider, Lifestealer, and the Nyx Assassin. And our first pick, Shadow Demon, coming out. Very good support pick between his Disruption ability as well as Soul Catcher, which is effectively an amplifying damage skill. Most importantly, synergizing with his Demonic Purge ability, which slows and penetrates the BKB. And coming out on the other side from TmF Gaming, we have a Gyrocopter and a Treant Protector. Earlier today, in our match between... I'm already forgetting who the teams were earlier today. Vino Veritas and Gotham City, we saw this combo earlier, Gyrocopter and Treant Protector, and it proved to work out very well with Roof Challenge and Snare, or Entangling Overgrowth, that's what it is. With his Overgrowth coming out, enabling the Gyrocopter to just pound away on enemy heroes with the Flak Cannon. And the Nature's Prophet... I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. The Nature's Prophet coming out. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nature's Prophet, another pickup. We've seen him a lot today, and he's really been an impact on the games. When we saw the last set of games, we saw Nature's Prophet constantly pushing and keeping the pressure up on the games.
Most importantly, with his ultimate, with his spell Teleport, I mean that's literally what it's called, teleportation. At max level, he goes down to, I should say, 20-second cooldown. And so, if a gank's happening, or you need him to push, or you need him to split push, or he needs to come in for a team fight, he can even buy back and teleport into a team fight. Nature's Prophet's global presence has made a resurgence in the game. Going into our second banning phase, we see Keeper of the Light, Caudle, Darkseer, and the Clockwork. UCap Esports focusing on potential offlaners, while TmF taking out another potential support and a mid laner. Darkseer, infinitely viable in almost any lane that he goes in with his ability to Ion Shell as well as surge away from any potential dangers. Clockwork, using his cogs. Interesting that UCap chose to ban him out. Normally you see it as a Radiant ban based off of what Myth Trust did in their Clockwork's ability to hide creeps in his woods next to the Tier 1 Dire Side Tower in the long lane, which we actually saw earlier today from Gotham City. Going over to the Caudle, just an amazing support in general. He was made a little bit squishier by the 6.78 patch notes, but all in all, with Illuminate, he can spam out lanes, prevent them from pushing in, and it also allows you to have more split push. You can have your carry farming in an off lane, and then just bring him right back in with through his ultimate. And Queen of Pain, the final ban, between Sonic Wave and Scream of Pain, her Blink Strike, she's just an incredibly versatile hero that you can really stick in solo lanes to become a factor in the late game. And coming out in our second pick phase, we have the Tinker coming in. So I'm very interested to see this. Is actually our first Tinker pickup coming out.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see this. Tinker's one of my favorite heroes, and I feel like he's really good. We don't see him too much competitively, but he has a lot of great spells. He has a lot of nuking power. He can gank. Not as good as a Quap or a Puck can, but he can gank. And if he gets his Boots of Travels up soon, it could be a good competition in Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, and that's really the key. Most people may not remember, but in the West qualifiers of last year's International, how basically MTW was able to get into the International, they were running non-stop Nature's Prophet Tinker. And the split push was too much. In fact, I played a pub game the other day where we had Nature's Prophet and Tinker, and the enemy team couldn't push into us because of March of the Machines, and then on top of that, Nature's Prophet and Tinker's split push abilities with the Boots of Travel, Rearm, and Teleportation. It's a very dangerous combo, and it honestly leads to some very boring games. But it is proven time and time again that it can win games. Right now, UCap eating into a lot of their reserve time, only have 45 seconds left, trying to feel out this third pick. I mean, from these lanes, from TmF's lanes, you can see the Tinker's probably going to go mid, or maybe the solo short lane. But Gyrocopter and Treant Protector, that has the makings of a defensive tri-lane already. So TmF needs an offlaner. UCap, they're pretty versatile right now. You could have Shadow Demon for an offensive, okay, and Lina coming out. So they're going to synergize Lina's Light Strike Array stun with Shadow Demon's Disruption. I mean, who's still in the pool? Lifestealer got banned out. Other viable hard carries in situations like this, it really depends what you're looking for, though. If you're going for a defensive tri-lane, then this has the perfect makings for a Faceless Void or an Anti-Mage. However, Normally you pick Shadow Demons and Lena's, or Shadow Demon plus Leshrac, synergize with his Split Earth, if you're going to go an offensive tri-lane. So who do you think they're going to pull out for their hard carry?
It's hard to say. I'm not completely sure, but I don't know. Like, I think they might pick up. I just lost it.
My personal guess is Luna, because Lucent Beam, they're both also ranged, so it would synergize very well with the Lunar Blessing. Can make it into a very volatile offensive tri-lane, or even a defensive tri-lane at this point. And now we also have TmF Gaming eating into their reserve time, trying to pick up another hero. Teams are giving a lot of thought to these picks and bans. I mean, they're important picks, especially in your first game. And we're going to see a Puck. Puck was a very big factor in the last game we cast. He had a 10-minute Blink Dagger, and definitely showed why Puck with a Blink Dagger is just so dangerous.
I was suspecting this might happen, but I wasn't completely sure, but I'm leaning a little more towards it now. I've seen this a few times where they offlane tri-lane the Tinker. I'm not sure if it'll happen here, but it looks like it might be that. Gyrocopter in the safe lane, and then have Puck on the mid lane, and then tri-lane the Tinker.
I mean, there's also the potential that Tinker can farm Ancients. It is Radiant side, so the Puck would be there as potential support with the Illusory Orb. I like Puck. I love Puck, I should say. I mean, he's a lot of fun to watch. He blinks around the map. Occasionally they build the Dagon, and you just have so much burst, and you can't take him out. Especially if you can have a lot of spells wasted on the Puck. For example, he can dodge Laguna Blade.
10 seconds
He
remaining.
can dodge Soulcatcher. With Nature's Prophet, he can dodge Nature's Wrath. Puck is just incredibly versatile. And there's your Luna pick. It makes a lot of sense. Lunar Blessing coming out, the synergy is huge, especially considering that UCap has 4 ranged heroes right now.
And TmF has a really strong team fight potential. They have Gyrocopter's ulti, they have Treant to hold them down and to heal people up during the team fights, and Tinker can just throw it in as much of machines wherever he thinks the team fight might happen, and then Puck can hold them down again with his ulti.
Yeah, Dream Coil. On top of that, Puck also gives Waning Rift. It's a multi-second silence as well as a nuke. And right now, UCap's lineup is primarily caster heavy. I mean, Luna is your right-click carry, yeah, but also, most importantly, is that Eclipse. If Luna gets silenced out and burned down from Gyrocopter and Puck and Tinker, because I'm sure that's who they're going to focus first, she might have, burping over here. She might not be able to get that Eclipse off, and as a result, definitely is going to hurt UCap's team fight. Our final ban coming out from TmF Gaming is a Skywrath Mage. He's been seen periodically as a mid, and it makes sense to ban another mid hero. UCap is still in need of a mid hero, unless they're going to send Prophet mid. Currently, they have...
5 seconds remaining.
I would say that is an aggressive tri-lane. It looked just from the amount of nuke that UCap has between the Luna, and Shadow Demon. And UCap's going to ban out Visage, very popular support hero, with only 1 second of reserve time left. Geez, cutting it down to the wire. But Visage with his familiars, I mentioned it earlier, in the East qualifiers, he was rolling at an 18 wins, 5 losses in the East qualifier, as I said, and just incredibly versatile with Soul Assumption, especially in tri-lane on tri-lane battles. He gets those soul charges up very quickly, deals lots of nuke very quickly, and the cast range on Soul Assumption is like 1,000 or 1,100. It's very big.
5 seconds
so,
remaining.
in addition to being able to micro familiars, just an overall fantastic support. Good choice to ban.
Reserve time.
Looks like they might want to pick up another support here. Something, I think, with a stun would be really nice.
I mean, at this point, trying to think of who's left in the pool. Common supports. We saw the Vengeful Spirit coming out earlier. Could definitely play havoc with the Luna, especially if she's trying to sit in the back of team fights and allow her glaives to do the dirty work, especially because Nether Swap penetrates through BKBs, and on a team like this, Luna's definitely going to be picking up a BKB maybe first before the Helm of the Dominator. Let's see.
They also have SK and Leshrac if they want to continue that team fight orientation and a little bit of push if you pick up the Leshrac.
Yeah, definitely viable options. We're ticking down. TmF really wants to make sure that this pick counts, going down to 20 seconds of, and we see the Jakiro. Very good setup, more team fight with the Macro Pyre and Breathe Fire, but most importantly, he gives you your push through Liquid Fire, his passive ability that slows auto attacks from enemy units or towers that it comes into contact with, and most importantly is the Ice Path, which fantastic setup spell, lasts for a second at first level, very easy to let your Treant Protector and your Gyrocopter continue beating down on your opponent.
10 seconds remaining.
And UCap now, they have no time left. They got 5 seconds. I gotta make a pick.
5
They need an
seconds
off laner.
remaining.
Bounty Hunter's still in the pool. Uh-oh.
Night Stalker.
And a Night
I was
Stalker,
expecting
okay.
something like this where it could be a roamer, but like a mid hero. And this definitely fits the bill.
I mean, Night Stalker is a very good pickup. It makes sense for the ganking potential that he possesses. But at this point, I feel that if you're gonna go Night Stalker, why wouldn't you go a Death Prophet, for example? I think that she's severely underrated, and in a position such as this, with this lineup, her AoE silence could come out huge, silencing multiple enemy heroes and possibly turning entire team fights as a result of it. But we'll see what happens. I'm pretty excited for this. I haven't seen a Night Stalker in a long time, and so his potential is huge. With his Void, he has his own silence, Night's Fear, I believe, the Crippling Fear, and of course the ever-present It's Always Nighttime, which makes it a pain in the butt. Very possible that we could see an Aghanim Scepter on him, arguably, in my opinion, one of the best Aghanim upgrades for him. He has an octagon of his range around him, allowing him to see through trees whenever it's nighttime. Just overall, very strong hero. Alright, as we get this game started, I'm going to introduce the TmF side. On our puck, we have Nepali Jesus, the captain. Dozing Green on our Treant Protector. I don't think that could be a more appropriate name. Suze Hang on the Jakiro. What the Fack on our Gyrocopter. And finally, on our Tinker, we have Pioe. We'll go with that.
Okay, and on UCap we have Gex on the Lina, Bawa on the Night Stalker, Sadon on the Nature's Prophet, Idea on the Shadow Demon, and Sick of It on the Luna.
Lovely, lovely. And we got our pause coming off. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, you can do it, guys. I have faith. Now, something interesting that we've been seeing in a team very similar to this, UCap tried...
Carry on.
Not UCap. Gotham City, excuse me, tried to do a very quick Roshan attempt. It wasn't Gotham City. That was Vino Veritas. Vino Veritas attempted a very quick level 1 Roshan. I was getting my hopes up, considering that there was a Luna again and a Nature's Prophet, and he can summon his Treants, and they just have a beefier team in general. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We have 4 members of UCap heading up to the top lane. Definitely the making of a defensive tri-lane, with the Night Stalker then rotating middle afterwards. He is rushing a bottle, went for his Tango and 3 GG branches to start the game, and Nature's Prophet is, from the looks of it, is just going to go in the jungle. Decided to level Treants first, and is microing them out to check on the runes. Meanwhile, on the other team, on the other side, we have... I don't even know what's going on, considering that these heroes are... Treant Protector and Jakiro are hanging out at this Ancient Stack. I'm
30
kind of
seconds
interested to see what's going on here.
I'm really interested to see how this game goes, though, because both of these teams took a very convincing win last week. Not only that, but they both have really strong lineups. I'm leaning a little towards UCAP's lineup, but I'm also looking towards TmF's because of how interesting it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. We see an early lane ward coming out. Makes sense. They want to make sure that they can keep tabs on the solo laner in the off lane. However,
And away we go.
I want to know what the level 1 smoke. I'm gonna follow this. They're gonna meet up in the rune.
No
it looks
more
like
bets, please.
Are they doing? It looks like they're doing an offensive tri lane with Puck, Jakiro, and Treant.
It looks like it. I mean, I'd prefer they do it with the Tinker and then put Puck in the middle lane,
Or they
but
might be just doing a level 1 gank.
yeah, either
So it
or.
looks like they're waiting for Night Stalker to go low, to go into the river where they're going right now. He doesn't have vision. You're gonna see him walk into it. Oh, but they don't have enough. There's not enough. There's not enough damage. Nope. The March of the Machines needed to come out much earlier, and it looks like they might actually be doing dual lanes, which I wouldn't be opposed to, except for the fact that Tinker needs a lot of levels really quickly. But interesting move. I like it. I like the variability of it. And right now, we actually... Oh! I have to take my overlay off. My apologies. And so now, you see some Nature's Prophet illusions coming in, dealing some harass. But this is the power of the Treant Protector. He's able to just living armor people. In this case, it'll probably be the Tinker, as he deals with Night Stalker harass from his Void. And... there's not going to... I'm very hesitant to believe that Void is going to be able to kill the Night Stalker. or that Night Stalker's going to be able to kill the Tinker with his Void, considering that's his only form of harass. In our top lane, we have Puck, it seems, going against the defensive tri-lane, and Puck's going to struggle in this lane. It makes sense why they put the Puck in because of his ability to escape through the Illusory Orb, but he's not going to be getting very much farm.
Yeah, and I'm sort of curious to see what will happen when the first night comes around. Will Nightstalker be able to get anything, or will Transprotector Living Armor be able to negate it all?
Yeah, and waiting for a courier. Sidon is waiting for a courier.
He's spotted. He's standing.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see this because he's totally going to pick off this courier.
He got pinged down.
There it goes.
By a Tinker.
There it goes. He sees it. Boom.
So much
Dead
for
courier.
courier.
Very good play. Puck is rotating in to try and find him with his haste rune. He's going to be able to lay down some harass, but I don't know if he's going to be able to kill him. Shadow Demon's coming in as a rotation. He's going to use Illusory. Oh, he went on the... Oh, no. He's stuck. Nepali Jesus is stuck on the high ground now. And they don't have a courier.
That was really interesting, though, because Tinker definitely pinged out the Nature's Prophet, but he didn't move back to defend the courier.
Yeah, this is not good, though, because now Puck is forced to sit up here until he has Illusory Orb back up. Fortunately, he doesn't have to wait until the courier comes up and they check it, but right now we got Nightstalker getting harassed out of lane. He went bottle himself, and that's a big flaw, not having your chicken up into a flying courier. But going back to what you said about the Nightstalker, that's... Oh boy, we have a gank coming in. 4-man gank. Missed the Light Strike Array off the Disruption, and Living Armor coming in. Dragon Slave going out. They're trying to auto-attack him down. They're using the trees as scouting, and oh, that Ice Path was beautiful. Nice rotation by the Dekiro to save his Tinker's life. But that's it. I mean, that's what Living Armor does. When Nightstalker decides he wants to gank, oh, you're going to hit me with Void and start auto-attacking me down. Well, I have Living Armor, and I take 60 less damage. It gets to the point where Nightstalker's auto-attacks don't even hurt you, because you're just... Living Armor is simply rejecting everything.
And they're already dewarding, trying to get that map control.
Yeah, UCap is dewarding the middle lane, trying to remove all vision out so they can possibly pick off or make a gank attempt happen. And right now, Puck, he knows that they took out their wards, and so he's waiting. He's passive. He wants to make sure that he can approach the lane before he does anything. And this is actually, like, I liked the Tinker pickup, but the way that this is working out in-game is not going very well for TmF. Because Nature's Prophet, oh, okay, Gyrocopter's getting free farm in the bottom lane, so Nature's Prophet doesn't want to deal with the potential tri-lane and giving up kills, so he goes in the jungle. However, now you have Puck. What can Puck do? He's level 2. He can't jungle. He's forced to sit in this off lane and effectively do nothing, while Gex and Idea, Gex and Idea are just pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling, and this is giving their supports farm, as well as giving Moon a free farm. And here we go. Right now, Nepali Jesus is rotating out of the top lane. He can't do anything.
They're already trying to work on harassing down this bottom tower a bit.
Well, and they'll be able to do it no problem, especially considering... Okay, so Nature's Prophet has level 3, and he's coming into lane. He feels more confident that he'll be able to actually do something down here. So what's he going to do? He's going to make Trance. What does Flat Cannon do? It hits all the targets, and he doesn't care. So it doesn't matter if Nature's Prophet pulls the creep wave back, and the other wave, and the dire creep wave meets it, because Flat Cannon, all he has to do is pop it, and then the creep wave goes down. It doesn't matter if you're under the tower or if you're not under the tower. It's that kind of harass that, okay, so Nature's Prophet will be able to hold his own, but will he be able to prevent that tower coming down? No, he definitely won't. We go over to the middle lane. We have Nightstalker with a bottled Invis rune. Definitely going to make his his nighttime ganking easier. He has opted not to put a point in his ultimate, Darkness, which is a good idea. I prefer that. Wait until it's actually nighttime, then put your 7th level into it. Instead, he opted to put another point in Hunter in the Night, which gives him the bonus move speed. And now he's on the prowl, because nighttime at 6 minutes exactly, and there he goes. He's going to pick up a haste rune, too, since they dewarded already. Nothing is scarier than Nightstalker with a haste rune. Nothing you can do about him. He's going to avoid you. He's going to silence you. And he's really scary. And you see that with Tinker right now. He's turtling. Where's the Nightstalker? I don't know where he is. Oh, okay, he's in lane. I can maybe go do something. And the pings are coming out. Nature's Prophet is pinging out on Tinker. We might see a gank in the middle lane. In fact, Shadow Demon was rotating in. Now he's stopped. He's heading back up to the puck.
But you see Tinker already stacking up those jungle creeps, so if he really feels like he's in danger in lane, he can just go to the jungle like he's doing right now.
See, and that's a good thing. That's very good map awareness. At this point, that's really what the Radiant side support should be doing. I mean, Jakiro's level 2, Tree's level 4 because he's been pulling and last hitting very often, but why would, like, they need the money. They're going to need the money, especially considering that this puck is going to be a relative non-factor. He's still only level 2. He's not going to be... They're stacking. Shadow Demon is now stacking. We have a triple stack on the hard camp up here. We have just a standard stack over here. Is he going to do the double pull? No, he's not. Those are just for Luna to farm later. And you have a gyrocopter who can burn down stacks. You have Tinker who can burn down stacks. At this point, if the supports really aren't doing anything, they should leave the solos go and go stack. Especially start stacking the Ancients at least.
And we see that Night Stalker still hasn't found a kill. It's only a minute and a half into nighttime, but still.
Yeah, and that's very true. It's Night Stalker's real damage comes out during the first nighttime phase between 6 minutes and 12 minutes. And if Night Stalkers cannot make a big impact during that phase, they're either spending that time farming, which Onawa has been doing, or you're spending it doing failed ganks. And at this point, I feel like he really needs to start going out there. I mean, look at this. We have another stack coming out here. Tinker stacking. We have Ancients being... They're taking my advice. The Ancients are being stacked. But right now, he's moving. Night Stalker is moving over to this puck. And that tower's down. And Apologies is going to have to do a very defensive... Oh, and he's kept moving. If he wouldn't have kept moving, he would have been silenced by Night Stalker, and that would have been your first blood. But fortunately, he kept moving forward, got out of range of Crippling Fear. And right now, we have a trade, Tier 1 tower in the respective short lanes. And you know what? I don't like this. TmF is going to have to rotate to deal with UCap's push, especially considering the 2 points in Lunar Blessing. These supports are actually hitting very hard. 80 damage and 70 damage, respectively. And Luna's hitting for 100 herself. And there you go, we have your rotation. The supports finally come up here to try and give Puck some breathing room. And it's pretty silly whenever your offlaner is sitting is less level than Tree. It's not good for Puck. He definitely needs the farm up. And Night Stalker has activated another Invis rune. And he knows. They found this camp. They know that this camp is getting stacked. And if Gyrocopter's not careful, oh, he's stalking them. He's doing that Night Stalker thing. Okay, he's just going to rotate back middle. Maybe?
They might be looking to take this Tier 1 bottom tower.
Actually, they're going to take this stack. Yep. They're just going to take this stack as a group. Here they go.
And this wastes a lot of time for TmF.
Well,
like, this was all of their supports this time.
Not only is it time, but it's money. I mean, you look at the last hits. Luna's leading with 52 CS. Behind her is the Gyro and the Tinker, so they are doing well. Does Tinker have his BOTs? Tinker's about 300 gold from his BOTs, but they make up for it. The UCap makes up for it with the gold. I mean, you look at the gold graph. They took that tower already. They're almost 2,000 gold ahead, and now they're going to pressure this other Tier 1 tower. And TmF is not going to be able to counter it either. So this tower's going to end up going down. They're going to find that their stack is gone now. Their hard camp stack is gone. And Luna's going to take the tower kill as well, giving her even more gold. What's her GPM? Her gold per minute is sitting at 400. 410. Compared to the Gyros, who's 300. Net worth, she's 1,000 ahead of the Gyro. And the Night Stalker is the same net worth as the Gyro, which is very scary. I mean... Oh, Prophet picked up a 10-minute minus. No, that's not fast at all. That's 9 minutes is the don't get a Midas any time past 9 minutes. Comparatively speaking, normally you have to make an assessment of, oh, what did the enemy heroes have, making this post 9-minute Midas not very good. And I mean, Gyrocopter doesn't really have anything. He has his phase drums. All right, he's got 700 gold. Tinker just picked up his BOTs. So in this situation, I would argue that the 10-minute minus is fine. Nature's Prophet will become a factor in this game. I mean, it is Nature's Prophet. He has the global presence. He will have that Midas for a long time to come.
Puck might be in trouble up here in the top lane, but he TP's out, never mind.
The real big key here, though, is when you look at the support items. You
Yeah.
have TmF Protector and Jakiro, only one of which has boots, and the rest are consumables, and one GG branch. But comparatively, the Shadow Demon has his wand, and Lena has her mana boots, and Shadow Demon has his like tier 1 brown booties. So they both move faster already. Shadow Demon also has a Sophie mask, and now they're checking on the ancient stack. But Tinker already cleared it, so they're not going to be able to do anything about it. And we're going to see an Ice Path come out as well as a Breathe Fire. They're trying to reject this counter warding coming out, and they're going to be able to take out this sentry no problem. Very good play, very proactive play. We see Tinker missiles coming out, just dealing some harass damage to the supports of UCap. Fortunately, he's going to whiff on his next set of rockets because he didn't have vision, but that would have definitely forced them all the way back. Oh, the Midas pops. And yeah, I mean, the game's really slowed down. Very passive. Actually, it's kind of silly. 12.5 minutes. Still no first blood.
What they should do right now, though, is they should let Tinker start pushing the other lanes out and let Puck take over this mid lane so she can catch up to the other levels a bit.
See, but the problem... Okay, Puck is 6, which is good. But she can't deal with the harass from Shadow Demon and Night Stalker. If Lena were to march in there, they have to be careful. I agree with you, though. Tinker needs to start going around. He does have his BOTs. He has his Soul Ring. He has the ability to run around and do what he needs to do and get his farm up. I mean, this is just pretty much turning into a farming game, and so why not give Nepali Jesus that farm?
And the longer this farming game goes on, the more Luna's going to win.
Well, that's really where it gets relative, because TMF's team fight, as we discussed during the draft, is very strong. It is very strong. But Luna, again, pointing out their net worth and their last hits and such, Luna already has a Yasha. Interestingly enough, she opted not to go for the BKB first, or even a Dominator to max her stacks, because now you're just going to get situations like this. The time has ended of UCap's we can push as 5 and take your towers. Tinker has enough levels now, he can use March of the Machines. Gyrocopter has enough levels, he can consistently use Flat Cannon. Couple that with the Ice Path, the Illusory Orb, the Waning Rift. There's not a whole lot that UCap can do at this point concerning pushing. And as a result, that's the kind of game that Tinkers like to play, is, oh, I can just farm longer? Oh, fantastic, I can farm up my Dagon 5, which refreshes whenever I use 3-arm. They're okay with that, they don't mind.
Yeah, and that's why Tinker's a pretty good pickup. Especially against people that are constantly going to be pushing up.
It's really... What is coming out on the courier? Okay, just a TP. So, I thought Luna just had picked up something else insane. Oh, and she's actually going to sell herself. Alright, so now we have the solo Puck. Luna's going to come in, probably do some harass. She moves really fast considering that she has her Yasha already. Losing Beam harass coming out. Just going to force Nepali Jesus to Illusory Orb and TP. Just pretty much wasting money because he doesn't know if there's backup coming in. And there was. Which TmF probably saw. Invis going to get picked up on Tree and Protector. He has hit level 6. And we've got more stacking going on. And more stacking going on. This Gyrocopter is stacking like a fiend. Except he's not. Is he going to get 2? Okay, he got both those stacks. Wow, I'm very impressed. Very nice play on his part. He double stacks both camps. We see lots of pings coming out. They think the Puck's still back there. And they're probably going to scout it out with Shadow Poison. There it goes. And that's going to reveal no Puck.
And TMF's is just really trying to make the most out of the time they're having, this extra space they've been given.
Well, and that's the other thing. If this keeps up, granted, it's a 4,000 gold advantage at this point because they've taken 2 towers, but you look at it, Nature's Prophet just keeps farming. He has his treads up. He's got 1,200 gold. Probably gonna go for the Shadow Blade build. Are we gonna see a smoke? We got 4 people here grouped up, and there's your smoke. Looking for a first blood here. Tinker is nowhere to be seen, but he's probably gonna TP in, and actually, if we're not careful, we're gonna have all of the heroes coalesce in the middle lane. Tinker coming in, throwing out missiles, throwing out the marks of the machine. Come on me, bait on me. Tinker is playing massive bait. Waning Rift, call down coming out. First blood taken by the Gyrocopter. Big team fight, Overgrowth, Eclipse coming out. But it's too much. Luna's taken out exactly as we said. Her Eclipse was popped. She tried to do what she could, and she just got burned down.
Haste!
And that's where the team fight comes in. All of TmF have waited to fight until they've all had their level 6, and it's really paid off for them.
And if you look at the gold graph, it just spikes up. It just, you have a nice little curve, and then it shoots up just to about 3,000 gold. And that's going to be a tier 1 tower, easy. Even with
And
Shadow...
same thing with experience.
Yeah. I mean, if you do a 4-for-0 wipe, we have to... Oh, he's going to miss it. He missed his Light Strike Array, unable to connect with the disruption. And actually, that was a very good play by Tree and Protector, making sure he hugged the Gyrocopter as much as he could for the chance that the Soul Catcher would proc on him instead of on the Gyrocopter. Very good play. And now, this is really where your Tinker's going to start to shine. All that he has to do is rearm and keep popping missiles. And they can see this Lina, and the cast on missiles is huge. Uh-oh, we got a homing missile coming out.
If the homing missile does its job right, this might be a kill on Lina. Oh, no, it won't.
No, we got a defensive disruption coming out. But that rocket sent by Tinker definitely would have killed her. He was very lucky that the disruption was out on the Lina. But that's all that Tinker has to do now. Is, oh, we're going to fight? Alright, well, I'll burn 2 or 3. TP's in. Oh, we got some action going on the top lane. Puck is being forced to man up, and he just blinks away with his Illusory Orb, and TP's back.
Puck's slowly making his way to a Blink Dagger now, just about halfway.
Yeah, 1,300 gold. Yeah, he's actually doing a lot better than he was in the early game, where he was getting completely shut out. I mean, that team fight also was very huge. You got a lot of assist gold, flying around, and this Jakiro diligently stacking these ancient creeps, and they know that the stacking is going on. This ward sees all, can see the creeps moving along, plotting away, and another stack. This is a quad stack?
I believe so, yeah.
That might be that might be a 5-man stack. I think there are 4 dragons and 1 rock golem. So lots of gold there for the Gyrocopter and Tinker. Gyrocopter is opting to go straight into the BKB. He picks up his Ogre Club first. Tinker, it looks like, and there, boom, BKB is done, as I was mentioning it. Puck, 1,600 gold now, and this is really where the power of Tinker comes out. Oh, you guys want to defend your towers? All right, well, I'll just keep laying down March of the Machines. And that's Dream Coil is going to come out and pick up the kill on the Lina. Ice Path coming out. It's going to freeze. No, it's not. Gyrocopter's going to whiff with his call down, and they're going to trade 1-0. Tinker's going to come back in, and they take a tier 1 tower on top of it. Blink Dagger is now up on Puck. Ice Path fishing. Not going to be able to hit anything, unfortunately. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we have Nature's Prophet. Is he going to kill the creep? He's not going to be able to kill the creep. We're going to get a March out. Laser rockets? No? No rockets coming out, and Nature's Prophet is going to take this time to just TP away. Uh-oh, and they're going to do
Tree might be in trouble. Here he goes.
Uh-oh. He's got the DD. He's coming after him with the armlet. Oh, juked! He got juked. He's looking for him. He can't find him. And with the rotation coming in, he falls back.
The effectiveness they expected out of this Night Stalker hasn't been there yet, and now he's starting to lose that edge he has in the beginning of the game.
Well, now you're in the second nighttime phase, and I mean, as we discussed, and as our little pop-up discussed, right now we've got, Jesus, this quad stack is falling. All of the heroes are here. Flat Cannon coming out. March of the Machines.
Radiant's mid tower coming alive.
Wow, that's a lot of money. But, yeah, Night Stalker is not stalking the night, to put it bluntly. And as a result of it, UCap is struggling. Night Stalker is there mainly for his presence through the Void and Crippling Fear, but what do you do now? Tinker has a Blink Dagger. Oh, you're going to try and chase me down? I can blink away. Or, oh, I'm just going to keep spamming out March of the Machines. Oh, you're going to go on the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter has a BKB, which negates the ability of Crippling Fear. So right now, I mean, really, when you look at it, Night Stalker went Armlet. So he has some tank ability, but really, right now, he just seems like an over-glorified melee creep with some spells.
Yeah.
Tree and Protector with an Invis rune. Looking at this, eyeing the Night Stalker in the nighttime.
And we see Dire trying to stack some camps as well.
Yeah, here we go. It's about time. They needed this. They need to accelerate the farm. You look at the gold graph, you can see where they took the tower and then did the stacks. That's sick, how steep that graph is.
And we see the Medallion up for the Shadow Demon, so if an early Roche is a possibility, but I don't think they're quite yet strong enough.
I really like the Medallion pickup. Medallion, in my opinion, I will say it every time until it gets more play. Very underrated item. -6 armor on a target. Okay. Sounds great. I can hit it harder. Well, the entire team can hit it harder. Everybody's happy. It also, its cooldown is up as often as the actual active is. I think it's 6 seconds. Need to check that. Yeah, 6 armor, 7 seconds. It lasts for 7 seconds, and then cooldown in 7 seconds. In the meantime, bouncing around, Nature's Prophet was able to finish off his Shadow Blade. He's just gonna keep farming along, doing what Nature's Prophets do. Farm push, using Nature's Wrath. It looks like Treant Protector is actually building a set of drums himself. Good pickup. Drums are also done on the Gyrocopter, and he just finished buying a Helm of the Dominator. So these stacks are going to get more ridiculous. Jakiro throwing up some wards, however, with the UCap ward already there, they spot him out. They will know to counter ward that in the near future. Puck even stacking. Everybody is stacking on TMF. I love this. You have this team cohesion with everybody stacking. And uh-oh, if this Luna's not careful, no blink, nope, just rockets coming out. Gonna just deal some harass, blink coming out. Followed by March of the Machines, pushing the creep wave back again.
Smoke.
Smoke? Ah, yes. Smoke being used by Treant Protector, Jakiro, and the Puck and Gyrocopter. They're looking around, trying to get a gank. They saw that they just got counter-warded, and as a result, they know that there's a ward there. Not very safe to run through, considering the sentry ward.
They might be looking at the Roche pit. Looks like they're going for it. There goes the medallion pull.
I feel like they can get away with this, but if TMF figures out what they're doing, this is what they need though. This is what UCap needs. This is the best way to get them back in the game. Take a Roshan that's very sneaky, and they're gonna get away with it. Very
and with
good
that medallion,
play.
it was very, very fast.
Uh-oh, Lina. Lina might get caught out here. Pucking up John.
Radiant's top
Puck is not
tower
gonna
is
John.
hurting.
Ethereal John? Yeah, Ethereal John. Very good pickup. They needed a way to get back in the game, and Luna is just okay. Luna has her own Dominator, so she's gonna start stacking on her own. We just have stacks on stacks on stacks, and right now at this point, I mean, we've got. Let's look at this gold graph again. Oh wow, it just dipped right back down to the dire after they did the Roshan and after they did all those stacks. What does UCap do at this point? They had one engagement, they had one major engagement, and they got 4-0 wiped. And that's just going to happen every time. What do you do?
I think at this point they need to keep the pressure on the lanes, but try to avoid fighting as much as they can. And yeah, as Blue says, Frieran does have 4,000 gold. He buys a ultimate orb, so just as Tinker, he's looking for a sheepstick.
Luna's getting caught out. She gets Dream Coiled. She's trying not to break it, and she ends up breaking it. She's going to go down. Aegis for nothing as of right now. Throwing out the call down very early. It's the second rocket's going to hit. Overgrowth coming out. Eclipse coming out. The rest of Eclipse not being used. Puck blinking around. Oh, wow. Big silence coming out from the Puck, hitting all 3 remaining heroes. Defensive disruption being used. Gyrocopter's gonna waltz right in, clean up that kill too.
2 down.
You traded two and an Aegis for a Jakiro. Definitely a trade you take any day of the week. Tinker coming in, just gonna clean out the rest of their camp. We got some scribbling going on the map. Nature's Prophet knows that they're in that area. And he's going to keep pushing. He TP'd out, teleportation, and he's going to take this tier 2 bottom tower if they're not careful. It looks like he's going for the sheepstick himself. He did have that 4k gold, bought up an ulti orb. He's very close to his magic wand? No, it's not called magic wand. His mystic staff, that's what it's called. 2,700 gold, excuse me. Only about 100 away. He'll use his Midas. Boom, mystic wand.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged
Yeah,
up.
mystic staff.
But Tinker, yes, he's also going that sheepstick, and he should be buying it up soon, at least a mystic staff to it. And that should help a lot with the team fights, especially against Night Stalker. He can't get up close to anyone.
Well, and that's what really makes Tinker so volatile, is that his farm is huge. Tinker's farm is ridiculous. What's his gold per minute? 426? That's very good for a Tinker that has had no ganks. So Tinker is just repeatedly farming and farming and farming, and it just gets to the point, and now actually he's going to do his AG stack. It just gets to the point with Tinker that he has so much mana that he can repeatedly sheep you. Because rearm, that's what rearm does. It just refreshes all of the cooldowns of all of your spells. So Tinker just continuously sheeps one target. Okay, Luna isn't allowed to team fight. Night Stalker isn't allowed to team fight. What do? How do you counter that other than with BKBs?
Yeah,
I mean,
and now it's just a full-on race between the 2 heroes. But it might be Nature's Prophet. He seems to be a lot closer than Tinker is.
right now we have Night Stalker still farming up. It looks like he's going BKB. He has the Ogre Club bought up already. Nature's Prophet needs to be careful though. He's farming out.
Puck has a gem as well.
Oh, that's a very good pickup. I really like the gem pickup. Maybe not necessarily on Puck. He does have the escapes to get away with it, though. But Puck is just such a squishy hero. If Lina looks at him the wrong way, Lina and Luna look at him the wrong way, he can pop very quickly. He only has 800 health. Just a very overall squishy hero until he gets up more items. It looks like Tinker has bought the Mystic Staff. Is it on the check? Yes, it is on the check. Gyrocopter has also bought a Demon Edge. So he's going into your BKB. Fingers crossed for a Rapier. Probably not going to be it, but MKB, excuse me. And there's your Sheepstick on Nature's Prophet coming out.
Yeah, I was just about to say, with all of Gyrocopter's money, he could go to an MKB, and that's exactly what he did. And that could work. Now it might scare Luna away from getting a butterfly or something similar.
Well, and that's the thing that you have to look at. It looks like she's building Manta style right now. Yeah, she has the Asha and the Ulti Orb. But comparatively, look at what the Gyrocopter has. He has the Dominator, he has the drums, and he has the BKB. Compared to drums, Dominator, and almost Manta, unless it's flying out to her right now. Okay, it is. So they're on par with each other. That's good to see. I was concerned that that Gyrocopter was going to be a full item ahead of her. And, well, actually, that's where it's going. What does Gyro have? Another 200 gold. So he just bought it, and there's the Manta style finish up.
And they smoke up here in the middle lane.
Yeah, they're pinging out. They don't know. It looks like they're confused as to where to go. This Night Stalker is lurking in the middle lane, but if he's not careful, Tinker can see him right now. They're playing very passively. You're going to hit him with rockets. Not going to really do a whole lot, but they're setting up. They're waiting. Oh, you know what they're doing? They're using the Tinker as bait.
Yeah.
And we do have one level in Nature's Guise, so he is going to scout out using that ability. Very potent when set up correctly. The biggest problem that it has is the fade time is very long. And right now we have Gyro getting Nature's Guise as well. Tinker.
I think they know it's a bait, though.
There's a sheep. Nothing? They're not going to do anything? Nature's Prophet doesn't care. Oh, Blink Dagger coming out. Only getting one with his Dream Coil, but Lena's going to fall very quickly. Shadow Demon's going to fall as well. He goes down. Luna comes in the back of the team fight. There's your Overgrowth that's been saved this entire time. BKB coming up with the Gyrocopter, hitting with the call down as well as the Rocket Barrage. He may go down if he's not careful. He's trying to man up on this Night Stalker, and Night Stalker with the Armlet Pump. No Tinker in that team fight, spelling huge disaster for TmF. Tree's going to go down. It's a 4-for-3 trade. And now, they're running through the March. You can't run through the March! Is Night Stalker going to die? No, Armlet toggles for the win. That was very unfortunate by the Tinker. He left his team to get more mana, but as a result of it, they just ended up getting picked off. And now Night Stalker has his own BKB.
I feel like Tinker TP'd out a little too early during that team fight. He had a little bit more mana to work with, and it might have been able to just do a little bit more damage to pick off maybe one more person.
Well, the key now is that BKB up on Night Stalker, he doesn't have to worry about much of the machines anymore, because that is also magic damage. Tinker is the laser's pure, but the rockets and the march of the machines, the bulk of his damage, is magical. So even if you pop the Lina and the Shadow Demon, Night Stalker is going to be able to man mode you now. Luna is already able to man mode you now. And Nature's Prophet just uses his Shadow Blade and vanishes away. More importantly there, Puck lost the gem. Who has it? Shadow Demon currently has the gem. And now, right now, they're just scouting. They're using Shadow Poison to try and find wards, and they're just taking them out as they can. Bouncing around the map.
Taking a lovely drink of water.
I'm trying to find out what they did with that gem. They put on the Shadow Demon. There it is. Now they're putting on the Courier.
Tinker going on the Battle of the Sheeps coming in, except for the fact that, oh boy, Nature's Prophet stayed a little bit too long. Puck able to come in, blink in, deal the bonus damage that was needed, and the silence from Waning Rift to prevent Nature's Prophet from TPing out. And right now we have another Ancient stack going on, as well as this getting stacked. Like, these guys are just stacking like fiends, and I love it. It's not very often that you see teams stack this heavily and stack this consistently, but it's if one team wouldn't do it, then the other team would be substantially farther ahead than they are right now.
Yeah.
And it really shows in the farm. You can see that it's pretty much plateaued at around 5,000 gold. Very close game still. Definitely can't call it. Puck got his Blink Dagger up, as we've mentioned. He's got Dust for the Nature's Prophet in the off chance that he does TP. And it looks like they're just going to take this 2-2 tower. Yeah, okay, they're going to get it. And Puck playing aggressively, catching out the two supports of UCap. Missiles are going to come in and clean them up.
And I'm looking at this headrush for the Lena and thinking, why she looks like she's still going to go them back, even though it's 32 minutes in. Maybe she should have just stopped it and turned it into a pipe to stop all of that damage coming out from the Puck and the Tinker right now.
Well, the problem is that pipe is so much more expensive, and the only other person that viably could build the pipe at this point is the Nature's Prophet. But he opted for the Sheepstick and has another 2,800 gold. So it doesn't look like he's going in. Uh-oh, he's looking in to come in, and he's going to pick off the Puck with the Shadow Blade. Very good play behind the play, able to pick off the ever-elusive Puck. Not expecting Nature's Prophet to come in and pick him off. But going back to what you were talking about, though, it's very hard for... Uh-oh, is he going to get out of here? Yeah, Tinker's going to be able to TP out on the back of his Boots of Travel. But that's going to leave... Oh, boy. Jakiro, I feel so bad for him. He's going to get purged up and Lucid Beam for the kill. But the mechanism is so very important. My goodness. Now Nature's Prophet... Or, excuse me.
Radiant's bottom tower seemed better.
Night Stalker's running. Pop the BKB, trying to get away. We have an offensive TP from... He's going to turn him into Sheep. He's now the Sheep.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't pretty safe.
Very good rotation. They know Roshan is up soon. They've pinged it. They're waiting for it. And they're going to take Roshan again. Going back to the mechanism. Mechanism is a very important item, and if they can get it off, it comes out huge. We have a call down coming down. Uh-oh. Just burning down. It gives vision. Rockets coming in. Gyrocopter going down. Manny up. We got the Overgrowth coming out. That's going to pick up a Luna as well. Shadow Demon and Luna going out. Puck flies back. Lena able to get off her Laguna Blade, and she's going to go down for flat cannons. Gyrocopter gets turned into a pig. Going after the Nature's Prophet. He's going to run away. Tinker trying to get away from the Night Stalker. He's going to be able to get out in time. Homing missile coming out onto the Night Stalker, who is now running away at his huge movement speed. Rocket's going to hit him. Oh my goodness, and now it's daytime. Rocket Barrage, Leech Seed. You can try popping that armlet, but you're not going to be
And they're going for the Roshan still.
Oh, and they take it on the... Wow. On the back of a Luna buyback, and now they're going to try and make him pay for it. Luna's going to break the Dream Coil stun, but they're just going to man up on this Puck, as they should be. Puck's going to... Oh, they use the Eclipse to try and take out the Puck, and he's going to get away, but Gyrocopter and Jakiro are going to fall as a result of it. Luna's still being a man, dodging around. Tinker's going to be able to... She's going to get the regen rune! Which is just going to give her a little bit more regen, but it denies the regen rune from the Tinker and the Puck, and as a result, oh man, Nature's Wrath is coming out, is going to be able to clean up the Puck. Lena's going to be able to pick up the Puck. And Tinker's now going to go down as a result of this. Oh, one more. And he gets picked off by the creeps. Tinker's going to buy back as a result of it to prevent any large pushes from coming out. But, man, talk about action.
Yeah. Kills left and right. Now they're going to push this bottom lane, really look for another tower.
Again, though, it's still hard for them. It's going to be hard for them to take it because Tinker has March and Rocket.
And now Tinker's going to go to the BKB. He really wants to avoid Lena and I guess Shadow Demon as well.
Well, and that was really big as to why he died in that last game. Oh, Lucid Beam's going to cancel off his TP. Oh, you can't run into March of the Machines. You can't do it. And they're going to lose. Oh, is he going to get away with the Aegis as well? He's going to get away with the Aegis. Yeah. Fighting in March of the Machines. Number one, no-no. Number one, no-no. And we have applause coming out.
The Aegis was dropped earlier, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Excuse me. Lots going on. Okay, we have a go. Maybe. Looking around. This is a very interesting Night Stalker, for the record, though. He's gone. He went Earn, which is common. Whenever you see him ganking very often, but he hasn't been ganking. He's just really been a bruiser. He's tanked. He has the tank ability through the armlet toggles. He has the magic immunity through the BKB.
Radiant's mid tower.
And he can really, honestly, he can really do whatever he wants. But right now, Gyrocopter has the Monkey King Bard coming out, and Luna is almost done with her own BKB. And Tinker picks up his BKB. What is our co-casters, our admins are not happy that Tinker has, or that Gyrocopter has opted not for a Divine Rapier. And right now, Tinker trying to take out the Nature's Prophet. He's going to get away, but it looks like Nature's Prophet, he's got a Crystallis, he's got the Daedalus recipe. Looks like he's trying to pump out the, and there it is, there's his Daedalus. Very scary. Very scary right-click damage coming up from this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
He's going to be hitting at about 500 a crit, 550 a crit. That's
Yeah, it's going to be
nothing-
that big damage.
Nothing to
Taking
scoff
hits.
at. And Treant Protector almost has the mechanism. Lots of dust being bought up on the puck. They want to prevent this Nature's Prophet from
Radiant's
getting
top
away.
tower's hurting.
And did they lose the gem? Does Radiance
No,
have
I
the gem
think
back? Yeah.
Dire still hasn't on the Cream.
Radiant's
Oh, it's on the
mid
carrier,
tower's
okay.
coming apart.
So Napoli Jesus buys another gem. So he spent 1,600 gold on gem. 1,900 gold. Excuse me, 1,700. There we go. It's 850. It's 850 a gem now. Spent a
Yeah.
lot of money on gems, not sheep sticks, not Dagons, not common puck items. And so that's really big. On one hand, it's okay considering how many stacks they keep getting and how fat Gyrocopter keeps getting. He already has. He just bought his MKB. He already has 1,800 gold again.
Well, this gem was purchased by the Jakiro, and the first gem was purchased by Puck. So
Oh,
it
okay.
isn't all Puck's gold.
Thank goodness. That's a lot of money for a puck.
But they're really just relying on Puck with her ulti. I guess it would be good for her to have a Dagon and such, but it looks like they're not prioritizing that.
Yeah, and we have the BKB coming out from the Luna right now, so not looking pretty dangerous considering
Dire
that
smoked.
now that Luna really doesn't care when the team fights are happening. And oh boy, this Gyrocopter, he's forced to pop his BKB. He's gonna throw out the call down. They're gonna try and burn down the Night Stalker as quickly as they can. Luna gets her Eclipse off. It's not really doing anything because they're fighting next to a creep wave. Overgrowth comes out, hits 3 heroes, takes out the Lina, Night Stalker, and Shadow Demon. Gyrocopter's gonna go down and buy back. Tinker's going to be able to take out the Nature's Prophet, who doesn't let him get away. Gyrocopter with his buyback comes in. Nature's Prophet buys back as well. They're trying to pick off this Luna, who it looks like is going to get away on the back of her drums. And Night Stalker also buys back. Lots of buybacks coming out. Lots of kills coming out. More action. Nature's Prophet sitting on 540 gold per minute. Just goes immediately back bottom. He knows that the Gyrocopter's coming because of the wards. They ping him out, and he's out of there.
Noon did a lot of the work in that team fight. She really did focus down a lot of the people who got killed. The Jakiro, and I think Treant died in that fight as well. Puck almost died. She got really close to dying, but was able to juke him out really well.
Now, Treant lived, didn't buy back. But the key, though, is that Luna was sitting in this area,
What's with all the scribbling?
and Jakiro was down here, and he was running up, and Luna ultied. But the creep wave was also simultaneously running up the lane, and so the creep wave ate a lot of Eclipse shots. I believe at max level, Eclipse does 12? How many beams? 12 beams.
12.
So the creep wave was able to cop a lot of the damage. We see smoke coming out from TmF here.
Actually, it's 10 beams. Aghanim Scepter's 12.
Aghanim is 12? Okay. I saw the Aghanims. But the creep wave ate a couple, maybe half of those beams, preventing the damage coming out on the heroes. And it's 300 damage a beam. And if you lose 900 damage, 1200 damage, that really says a lot about your team fight. Uh-oh, trying to find the Prophet. Dust being burned. No more dust on the Tinker. He's sitting on another 3,200 gold himself.
And they keep on trying to bait with the Tinker.
Oh, and here's another thing. Gyrocopter has Talisman of the Evasion, so he's trying to prevent getting destroyed. Jakiro has a path blocked. Jakiro can't... You gotta move. There we go. Night Darkness being cast again. Oh, Tinker. Caught out. No. Really awkward positioning of the March of Machines. And that's a much better one. And he's gonna TP out and come back in. And in the meantime, Nature's Prophet, being Nature's
Radiant's
Prophet,
mid-tower's
actually
getting
picks up a
banged up.
Hyperstone. Going more for a carry-oriented role. Luna just continues to farm. But right now, the MKB versus Manta style, I really prefer the MKB. Gyrocopter is ready for Luna whenever she builds a butterfly, if she builds a butterfly. And now Gyrocopter is aware that the Luna is nowhere close to an MKB of her own.
Speaking of Nature's Prophet, we see him picking up a Hyperstone.
Yeah.
AC or Mjolnir, but probably a Mjolnir. I don't see him picking up an AC.
Take a quick look at the hero items overall. Tree and Protector got the mechanism up, which is very good for his team. As we mentioned, Gyrocopter with the BKB Dominator, Monkey King Bar combo. Flicking over to the other side, our supports, and this is why sometimes it hurts a lot to be a support player. Level 9 Shadow Demon, level 12 Lina, level 11 Jakiro. All that the Shadow Demon's trying to finish up his treads. We have a smoke coming out. Lina has her mech as well. And those are really the important items to note, other than Nature's Prophet, who is already level 24. And they're just going to take... Actually, the smoke is going to go for taking out this Tier 1 tower. I really disagree with this Fortify. Tier 1 towers do not have... They're going to catch him out! They're going to catch out this Tinker. Tinker pops. Dead. Tier 1
Yeah,
towers...
all misplays by TmF there, with the Fortify and the TP's in.
TmF... your Tier 1 tower, excuse me, does not have backdoor protection, which is why they decided, you know what, we're going to take this Tier 1 tower. And now your Tinker's dead with no buyback. Yeah, he's close. He needs about 12 more gold to buy back, but it's without a Tinker in these team fights, that's going to mean a lot. Especially considering that the right click of Nature's Prophet is very, very scary, and he's going to buy back immediately.
And this will be a Tier 2 for sure.
But you traded a Tier 1 and a Tier 2 tower for a Tinker and his buyback.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's very scary. They're going to find the Nature's Prophet. They've got him stuck. They know where he is. He's turned into a sheep. And he's going to be able to trade the Puck. Oh, they pick up a gem off of it. They pick up Puck's gem. But you trade a Puck for a Nature's Prophet with that amount of farm, take it any day of the week.
Yeah, but that was a 650 crit. Just shows how strong he can be if he gets lucky enough.
Well, what's more scary is what his attack per second is. 52 attacks per second.
Yeah.
Is he attacking faster than Gyro? He's attacking faster than the Gyrocopter. And he has almost as much damage as the Gyrocopter, if not a little bit more. Very scary coming out from this Nature's Prophet.
Now we see a Yasha up on the Tinker. I've seen this a few times.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's for more movement speed. He might put it up into a Manta, but I'm not sure if he wants to develop that much cash in it. Yep, there he goes, Manta style. Recipe purchase.
I don't like that. I can understand why it gets picked up. In this situation specifically, it deals with silences. Dispels silence, but...
Yeah.
I mean, you could go Dagon, you could go Ethereal Blade. There are a lot of different items that you could pick up on your Tinker.
Yeah, I'm not completely agreeing with it, but it sort of makes sense. But compared to other solutions, it's not the best.
I mean, especially considering that, as you saw in that last team fight, I mean, Lino's the one that got the last hit on it with the Laguna Blade. It's... Oh, look, Tinker has Ethereal Blade and Dagon. Supports are dead. Very interesting pickup with the Mana style. We'll see how it pays off as the game progresses. Right now we've got more stacks.
And you see Tree and Protector, he's going to build into a Necronomicon.
I really like the Necronomicon as an item. It makes me kind of sad that it's not picked more, especially considering that the item gives you a free gem, basically.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about losing it when you die. Right now we see a little bit of a rotation coming out. We've got a Sentry Ward coming out. They see Radiant Side
More hope
Ward.
for Rapier as the Demon Edge goes out for the Luna.
Oh, really?
Well, Luna mana, we'll have to see.
The Dire best do something
There's
about
hope.
that bottom tower.
It's always hope.
The hope lives once again. But really what this is going to boil down to is the initiation in the team fights. Is Nature's Prophet, excuse me, is Tinker and Gyrocopter and Puck and Tree and Protector, are they going to be able to run in there and do their thing? Are they going to be able to get the overgrowth off and the call down and all that jazz before Luna is able to pop her BKB or Nature's Prophet is able to get away? If they can pull that off, TmF, I feel, should win every team fight. However, if UCap is able to evade or reject the initiation of TmF, I think UCap wins the team fights. Big circle coming out from Gex. This is the area we need to stick in. I believe is what it is saying.
But of course, it's actually an MKB. We didn't actually mention that, but we were joking around about the Rapier. It's probably going to be an MKB, as you can see. The Gyro has a Talisman of Evasion.
Yeah. MKB would definitely be the smarter buy. However, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's 45 minutes in. These guys are farming machines. Gold graph is unfortunately 10,000 in UCap's favor.
All right, carry
And
on.
let's see the net worth, and that reflects in the net worth. Shadow Demon Shadow Demon and Lena are. Oh, that's actually very scary. The Treant Protector is worth more than the Puck is. But
Yeah.
as you
Top
go
tower's
up,
in
you
bad
have Nature's
shape.
Prophet and Luna worth more than Tinker and Gyrocopter. But this is not looking good. They know. Oh, and the UCap's war just died.
Nature's Prophet's killing Tinker, and he decides to back up.
Yeah, right now the threat is in the Roshan pit because Gyrocopter might get caught out. Ice Path, defensive Ice Path being thrown out, and UCap doesn't care. Okay, we'll go do Roshan. But this is where it could be their downfall. Unfortunately, they don't have a Tinker with them right now. Here they go. Here they go. Big blink in. Gonna hit all four with the Dream Coil, forcing out two BKBs. Macropyre coming out. Roshan is also bashing out the Night Stalker. Eclipse coming out. Shadow Demon and Lena have fallen already, as well as the Jakiro right now. Luna's gonna take a fall. She was forced to sit in the fight while the rest of her team was taken out. Night Stalker's coming back in, and we have Void coming out. Is he gonna be able to catch him? No, he's not. Where was Nature's Prophet?
I think he was on the top lane the whole time.
What was Nature's? He just TP'd from the bottom. But if he came in and then bailed out, Nature's Prophet, you killed a Jakiro. It's not looking good for UCap. That was a big team fight that they needed to win. But Puck was able to get the initiation of a lifetime. Blink in, 4-man Dream Coil, 4-man Waning Rift, Illusory Orb. He was able to run on top of it all. And there's your Assault Cuirass coming out from the Nature's Prophet. More armor for your team, as well as an attack speed buff for your allies. Tinker finished up his Manta style. He just got an ulti orb right now. He just needs the courier, unfortunately. And there's your butterfly on the Gyrocopter.
And then they give him the cheese.
And they gave him the cheese. Who has the
That'll be
Aegis?
good. Aegis is for Puck.
Interesting. Puck.
I think that was sort of like a last-second thing. They were sort of nervous of Night Stalker or Luna getting in there since Luna got back. So they just sort of sniped her up.
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, Puck, albeit being a relatively squishy hero. Oh no, you killed Puck. Okay, now Puck's coming back, and now he's definitely going to get his Dream Coil off. And now he's definitely going to get his Waning Rift off.
Yeah.
On top of that, Puck is one of the few heroes that can actually use the Aegis to its full effect. Puck is a very mana-intensive hero, so by the time he throws out all of his spells, he's going to have very low mana. If he dies, oh, yeah, I have full mana again. This is fantastic. Everything I've ever dreamed of.
Yeah, that's why I really like the idea of Queen of Pain or heroes like that getting Aegis as well.
Yeah, the only other hero who arguably benefits the most from it is Storm Spirit. Obvious reasons of Ball Lightning. And right now they're waiting for the Prophet. So they're game.
And it looks like Jakiro's building Veil, unless it's just a casual Helm of Iron Will.
I really like the Veil pickup. I love
That
Veil.
could be big.
Veil is amazing. It's one of those other items like Medallion. You see the pings coming out. Necronomicon level 1 is bought up on the Tree and Protector. Nature's Prophet did ping out the Jakiro, like, oh, I might be able to take him out. Instead, Gyrocopter's going to push up.
Tinker wants to be careful here. Closest
Light
man to
Sugar
the
Ray. Uh-oh. Time to use your BKB in Mana Style. Was that his 10-second charge? Okay, that was his 9-second charge. Still. Wow. Very, very nice use of Manta Style by the Luna. Cancels the damage dealt by the Tinker homing missiles, Tinker rockets, heat-seeking missiles, okay? And very good play. I'm impressed to see that. Not many people have the timing to effectively disjoint damage like that. Very nice to see. Unfortunately, however, if this game is getting to the point where it's just going to be one big team fight unless all the players have buyback. And the only one that has buyback right now is the Night Stalker. We see pings coming out on the middle tower of
Night Stalker
UCap.
will have Basher now.
Night Stalker went Basher.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Excuse me, a big yawn. Very interesting to see
Radiant's
the Basher
bottom
come
tower
out.
seen better days.
It's one of the easiest ways I've found to make a melee carry more viable is through the Basher. Uh-oh, we BKB being forced out by the Night Stalker. 6-second charge, or 7-second charge being used. That's not very good, especially since they're going to just start pushing behind March of the Machine spam. They're going to try and pressure this tower down. The TmF team has to be careful though. If they
Radiant's
get caught on
top
a
tower's in
sprout,
bad
probably
shape.
going to be a dead hero. And right now we have Nature's Prophet who just TPs.
Trouble brewing at
He
Radiant's
TPs
bottom
straight
tower.
down after the Tinker leaves, and this is going to be a tier 2
Radiant
tower.
structures must have been
Well,
fortified.
I lied. They're going to burn the Fortify.
But we see Nature's Product with 3,200 gold, and will he just save all that for buyback, or will he sell his Midas soon for something bigger and better? We'll have to see.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's hitting really hard now too. You see 674 damage crits coming out. Uh-oh, but going back to the middle lane, they're going to take, looks like they're going to take the mid-rex. Nature's Prophet is forced to cancel his TP. BKB's being popped, Fortify coming out. Is this Rax going to go down? Rax goes down. And this is why Tinker becomes such a problem in the late game. He just spams out March of the Machines. Luna manning up, throwing out the Eclipse, trying to get out of my base. I don't want any of you in here, but doesn't kill anybody. Uh-oh, and we have Puck trying to get away. Does he have Blink Dagger up? Uh-oh, this Puck is gonna... There's your Aegis for nothing. Not good. They're gonna lurk and wait for her. In the meantime, Bash is coming out on top of the Treant Protector. And yeah, there she goes. Puck not able to do really anything with the Laguna Blades, Light Strike Erase, and such coming out.
Treant Protector drops his gem. Whoa, he won't pick it up.
He doesn't have the room to pick it up. He's just pinging it. Come pick this gem up. Shadow Demon.
And I guess Bash really worked out for him there, because it was like if Nightstalker didn't have Bash, Treant Protector would have been able to pick up the haste and just run away.
Well, more importantly is that he could have used Nature's Guise and ran as a result of that. And since the Fortify is gone, oh goodness, Tinker's going in again. Jumps in, pops his BKB. Gyrocopter coming in though, throwing out, uh-oh. Dream Coil coming out, it doesn't disjoint, it doesn't, Manta Style does not disjoint Dream Coil. I found out that in pubs, and uh-oh, Tinker's going down, buyback immediately. Buyback coming out from the Gyrocopter as well, they get picked off by the combination of Luna Prophet and Night Stalker, and Tinker Illusion still doing some damage. I hear Puck Illusory Orbing somewhere, but not good, putting all of their buybacks on cooldown now.
Yeah.
Right now, the only heroes that have buyback still are Nature's Prophet, and he immediately TPs down to the bottom lane to try and put out some more pressure. Tinker comes in. Alright, I'll just Shadow Blade away. Nothing to worry about.
Feels like TMF is in a really dangerous spot here. If they lose one more team fight, it could be the game, but you could say the same thing for UCap even.
The key here is, though, that UCap has map control.
Yeah.
You traded your racks. Oh, and the money. Do I want to know how bad the money is? 10,000.
It's big.
10,000 gold lead. So, UCap has the map control and more map presence, mainly because Nature's Prophet can teleport wherever he wants, whereas Tinker is relegated to only TPing to neutrals, not neutrals, but to friendly creeps. So, what's really dangerous and potentially scary is that Roshan's coming up in 2 minutes? 3 minutes? 1, 2, 3? Yeah, I can do math, I'm good at it. And Gyrocopter still has the cheese. He's been getting focused down before he can actually use the cheese. So you might actually have 2 cheeses. Very cheesy situation we might find ourselves in. Fantastic, I know. Luna finishes up her BKB, negating the effects of Gyrocopter's Butterfly. And she's
We
sitting
see
on another...
Sanji up on Night Stalker.
Well, there you go. Look, Night Stalker's sitting at 2,700 health right now.
That'll be his halberd.
If he toggles the armlet, he goes up to 3,200. Or at least over 3,000 health. So Night Stalker, instead of just being an over-glorified melee creep with potential magic immunity now, is a, hey, I'm really annoying, I can bash you out, I'm also going to disable you for 4 seconds. There goes Gyrocopter's right-click ability. If TmF isn't careful, they're going to find themselves on the receiving end of another team fight like they just witnessed. And there's your MKB. He sells his Midas, and we have a fully 6-slotted Nature's Prophet. Very scary to come up against, considering how much damage he does. He's cresting, what is that, 350 damage in auto attack? Not counting critical strikes?
Very scary. Uh-oh. Blink coming out on the Luna. She's just going to get turned into a sheep and pushed away, probably by Shadow Demon with the Force Staff? Lina with the Force Staff? Lina with the
Lina
Force
has
Staff.
the Force Staff.
Tinker's going to TP out, try and get more mana. This looks like it might be it. Wow. That's a lot of money. 8,000 gold ahead. Let's check the current gold per minute. 619. We have some Sylar level farm going here. Uh-oh, and they found the Luna. But his rearm gets canceled, and then he gets silence on top of it. Big overgrowth coming out, hitting 3 heroes. Shadow Demon pops immediately, so does Luna. They're just burning down the Luna. Lina buys back, TP's back in. Luna's dead. Does she have buyback? Luna does have the buyback. Shadow Demon buys back and TP's in. Unfortunately, Lina comes in just to die again. Shadow Demon and Luna buy back, come back in, TP in. Big team fight taken by TmF. They're going to trade, it looks like, all of that jazz for the... Oh, goodness. And now Nature's Prophet's going to go down for the Tree and Protector. Yeah, but Luna and Night Stalker are going to pop their BKBs. They're going to try and man up. Unfortunately, Night Stalker's at under half health already, and it's too much. It's just too much damage coming out. Oh, and they're going to catch the Tree and Protector in the Ice Path. Night Stalker goes down now. He just does too much damage. Gyrocopter is dealing too much damage, and the Shadow Demon's going to drop as well. All of the buybacks are down. Nature's Prophet is the only one left. And it looks like Tinker is going to be able to TP out, get full health. The supports are pretty weak, and Gyrocopter is the only one with a decent amount of health, but what does Nature's Prophet do? What can he do? Split
And
push.
Gyro did a really good pull there on the cheese. He waited for he waited for Shadow Demon and Nature's Prophet to notice how low he is, so they jumped in a little bit farther, pulled the cheese, and turned around on him.
Lena's gonna respawn just with a lower. She's an overall lower. There we go. Respawn time because of her low level. She's not careful. Uh-oh. Force Staff coming out. She's gonna burn down the Jakiro, but now she's gonna get Dream Coiled for her trouble. Mechanism coming out, stunning the Gyrocopter, but she's gonna eat a Rocket Barrage to the face, and that's gonna be the end of Lena.
Now they're gonna go take that mid rack.
Farewell to the Dyer's
We have
bottom
TPing in Nature's Prophet. He looks like he's gonna try and pick off the puck. If he can, maybe the Gyrocopter? He's thinking about it. Oh.
Dyer's mid-rags.
Nope.
It's
He's just
gone.
going to run away. Lots of action. For all the farm that UCap have, it just seems like TMF's team fight is too much for them. Long game coming out, almost an hour-long game. And now, unfortunately, that you have both of these lanes pushed in with Megas, UCap has to keep a hero in the base now. They have to fight in the base. They now have to push TMF to initiate that on them in the base. And it's going to be hard. It's still doable. Nature's Prophet now, it looks like, is going to ninja the Roshan. Did come up over the course of that last team fight. And
They'll probably give this to the Lina. There goes a Lincoln Spear in the Gyro.
Gyrocopter picking up the Lincoln Sphere. Very interesting pickup, and a Necro Book 2 coming out on the Tree and Protector. There it is. What's the,
Nature's is just hitting so hard right now.
but he can't pick up anything. He's
Yeah.
6-slotted. So Luna's going to pick up the Aegis. What does she sell? She sold her drums. Get more farm.
And who picked up the cheese? It would be
Night
the
Stalker.
Night Stalker, yeah.
Very big pick off. If they have any hope of coming back in this game, that is what they needed. They needed the Roshan.
Night Stalker
Now-
should be picking up his halberd now, unless he doesn't want to. He has the gold for it.
Yeah. Heaven's Halberd will come out big. If they can prevent the Gyrocopter from doing anything during the team fights, that they can win. There's your possibility to win, right there. But the key is getting into the position to allow that to happen. Are they going to be able to do it, considering that this Tree and Protector is just... Oh wow, BKB coming out on the Nature's Prophet. So he sold something else. What did he sell? He sold a Shadow Blade to pick up a BKB. With 10 charges, with full stacks on it. Uh-oh. Luna getting a little bit too aggressive. She gets sheeped immediately. Oh, wow, that Ice Path is going to hit her just in the right spot. 3-man Dream Coil coming out. Lena's going to pop. Defensive Disruption. Luna's dead. The Aegis is popped. Shadow Demon goes down. Night Stalker's trying to do the best that he can. Jakiro may go down. He is. BKBs are being popped everywhere. Gyrocopter falls. Is that from Heaven's Halberd? Heaven's Halberd's not up. getting a little bit too aggressive, and we see that the BKB pickup from the Nature's Prophet was really what they needed. Instead of
And
getting
it's-
frozen in the ice pad there, Nature's Prophet just came out and said, nope, not going to have
And
any
it
of
seems
this.
like Nature's Prophet and Night Stalker aren't in the bulk of things. It was Alina, Shadow Demon, and Luna who got caught out there. And then they ran in as soon as the team fight started and completely turned it around.
Yeah, well, it also helped that Luna had the Aegis. I mean, had there been no Aegis, entirely different team fight.
Yeah.
That again, they knew. They knew that Luna had the Aegis. It comes up on your screen every time Roshan dies, who picks that up. They knew that she had the Aegis. On top of that, Night Stalker still has his cheese. So you have a very dangerous Night Stalker who now has 3,600 gold. Uh-oh, Tinker canceled his TP. Oh my goodness gracious. That could have been a dead Night Stalker. And Luna
Satanic
now has
picked
a
up on the win.
Satanic. Gem of True Sight is dropped somewhere. They have 2 gems. They start a gem collection. And what is Night Stalker gonna do? He may be waiting to get the Abyssal Blade, which will allow UCap to really take 1-2 TmF in terms of BKB penetration. The Basher as well as Abyssal Blade do penetrate BKBs, so he has the potential to completely bash out the Gyrocopter as a result of that. Not to mention that after it, he could Heaven's Halberd him, which is very scary thoughts. Your carry can do nothing, literally nothing. Well, I potentially bash him / prevent him from auto-attacking. Look how that's scary. Looks like we're gonna have a smoke.
We see Jakiro still hasn't gotten the Veil. I don't know if he's even going for it now. He might just want to hold on to the cash he has.
There's your Abyssal Blade out on the Night Stalker. And does he have buyback? He did. He had money for the buyback, but he decided to buy out and go for the Abyssal Blade. In this situation, I do kind of agree with him because he does have cheese, and if he monitors himself correctly, he should be fine.
Yeah.
Scouting out, find a regen rune.
See a lot of interesting drawings on the board.
Well, Night Stalker believes that he knows where TmF is. We got smoke coming out. There it is. Tinker is, it looks like, going to be bait again. And they're going to slowly work their way up to this dire team. There's a sentry ward. So they can see the smoke. Uh-oh. Coming out, throwing. They're going to try and burst down the Night Stalker before he can get his cheese up. And there goes the BKB. Followed by the Eclipse. Call down coming out. Overgrowth hitting most heroes. I'm not even going to try and cast this because we just have auto attacks going everywhere. Tinker falling. Almost. Is Tinker going to get away? Oh! Tinker's going to be able to get away, but they're going to trade the puck.
6 in a
They're going to
row.
trade the puck,
2
Tree and
down.
Protector, Jakiro, and Gyrocopter for Alina.
Dyer's mid-town
Wow.
could use a little help.
Night
Yeah,
Stalker-
and
Night Stalker-
everyone got their ultis off perfectly there. That was an amazing puck ulti, an amazing Tree and Protector ulti, but it wasn't enough.
I mean, and Night Stalker was even able to get his cheese off. Like,
Yeah.
they tried very hard to burn out the Night Stalker before he could pop his cheese. They only got him to down to about half health. So you just burned a lot of abilities on Night Stalker, and then he got away anyway. And then, on top of it, BKB from Prophet and Luna come out, and then wreck your team with right clicks. Very scary. Night Stalker has another 800 gold on top of it. The Talisman of Evasion is only 1,800. But Nature's Prophet has 6,000 gold again. And he has nothing, like, there's nothing else for him to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is important to note, though, that with these barracks down, it makes it very hard for UCap to come back from this situation. Especially considering that most of the time the team fights are occurring in either neutral-oriented territory or whenever the lanes are being pushed. So UCap then has to proceed to push out Megas to try and do anything about it.
I've had this Roshan fight coming up in 4 minutes. Might define who wins this, depending on if they want to stall it out until then.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't like saying this, but it looks... You ever get into a game in pubs where you're like, man, if we just keep throwing ourselves at... Like, if we keep winning these team fights, we'll inevitably win the game. But in this situation, I feel like UCap, it took them too long. Nature's Prophet, had he had his BKB much earlier, I feel like they would have been winning these team fights a lot earlier, and that would have prevented these racks from coming down.
Yeah.
So it may have been too little too late, because even though UCap is pulling out these team fights, and they've done 2 or 3 in a row now, nothing has come of it. They have not been able to produce anything other than kills. And now it looks like they're just lurking with under haunting guys, or yeah, nature's guys, excuse me. And they're gonna wait. It looks like they're just gonna wait. They're gonna wait for them to try and push out this bottom lane, and then they'll pick off someone with Tinker Blink and Sheep ability. And they have sentries, so they'll know. On top of having vision, they can see them. And now it's daytime. It's actually daytime. It's not Night Stalker ulti coming off cooldown daytime.
And all of this is happening. The Roche time is just ticking down, and it's just... It all depends on what they want to do.
3 minutes for the Roche. What's really funny is that Treant Protector has the mana to get away with this. He's the mana regen to get away with doing this.
Yeah.
What does Tinker have? Okay, he still only has the mana style, and he's holding onto the gem. At this point, I think they can get rid of the gems because Nature's Prophet has stole his Shadow Blade. But there's your Marches coming out, getting some more farm. I'm still surprised we haven't seen the Dagon come out, or the Ethereal Blade. I feel that would be a huge factor, again, to letting TmF come back and possibly win this game. Yeah.
Neither teams just really don't know what to do right now, and it seems like we're almost like at a bit of a stalemate.
1 more minute, and Roshan will come up. And I think that's what they're gonna... It looks like they're just waiting for the Roshan, and it's the smart choice. That is what they need to do. They need to wait for the Roshan to come up. UCap has to continuously defend, so they really can't do anything about it. And I mean, why not? Why not wait? There's no pressure. UCap can't put any pressure on them. Tinker just has to continuously push out the top lane, pressure it into the tier 2 tower. I mean, I don't see what the problem is, but now I'm getting kind of concerned because they're rotating. Oh, there it is.
Now this is...
There it is.
Oh my.
There is another
and
one.
There's another one.
Well, Rob, I hope you're watching because you just got your wish twice over.
The Dire might want to mine.
Oh my goodness.
See if we see any stats coming out about that.
I'm so happy.
There it is. We see these Tinker illusions doing some work on this tier 2 tower. Might be able to get it.
Well, now they know.
No.
They can see the Luna. They know that Luna has a rapier. But they're going to ping out Roshan. Double damage.
I was gonna
top.
say before they picked up the rapiers that maybe the 4 should go for Roshan while Tinker pushes in the tier 4s if he can. But now that just can't be an option. Luna and Nature's Prophet are gonna damage down so fast.
Well, at this point, if UCap takes the team fight, they just go for the win. They go for the throat. None of the players have buyback, except for the Tinker right now.
Dire's got one
What did the Luna sell for a rapier?
Her drums, I believe.
Okay.
She had
Yeah, that was her Aegis slot.
Yeah, that was the Aegis slot.
And they take the Roshan.
So Puck has the Aegis, Treant has the cheese, and they're gonna try and do this. It looks like going in through the top lane, forcing UCap to have to deal with double megas. Can the rapiers hold? You'll find out soon. God, talk about game on your nerves. Jeez.
Who did pick up the cheese? Was that Gyra? No, he doesn't have a space Treant. Yeah.
Jakiro, 1600 gold. Still doesn't have the. Doesn't have that veil. I can keep hoping though, and it looks like they're gonna try and lurk, similarly as they did earlier.
Just gonna see a Ghost Scepter build up on Lena, trying to avoid as much damage as she can.
Well, She'll go down so quickly from flat cannon harass. But now here's where it gets really kind of silly, because normally this is what you see from Luna's with Mantis. Oh boy. You still hear me? You still good?
Now you're crackling a bit.
How about now?
You're good.
Okay. Normally you see it from Luna's the other way. I'm crackling. Normally you see it the other way. Luna, kind of a team fight going on. One second later, Overgrowth coming out. They're going to be able to take out the... Uh-oh, Eclipse. Night Stalker's going to be able to get away, and the Rapier. Oh. That Rapier.
The Aegis just pops on the
But
Puck, but she's not going to be able to get
two
away.
shots. Puck's dead. I know it's going crazy. We're talking about it. I'm going to apologize in advance for everybody about that ahead of time. But normally what you see is Luna's coming in and creating the illusions. Say they're on the Radiant side, they just come in, push in, send the Luna illusions up, and they try and attrition down towers. In the
Tinker's
meantime,
up here in the base.
yeah, Tinker's able to pick off the Night Stalker. In the meantime, they're using Tinker illusions through his mana style to try and pick it off. And this is... my heart goes out to UCap right now. I mean, they have double Rapier. They're really farmed. They just can't do anything about this right now, though, because of the fact that... Uh-oh. Gonna go for a pick-off? Okay, they're going for it now. They're trying to take it down. And you know what? They can... There's your Fortified. That'll bring up Jakiro, but... Oh, Gyro has
Here comes the buyback.
Uh-oh, who's he going on? He's trying to take out this Tinker, but it's not going to be enough. And Tinker's going to BKB as a result of this. Uh-oh, Nature's Prophet might be going down. And that's going to be Rapier number 1. And Luna's going to be forced to pop the BKB, and then Mantis Sound trying to run away. They're chasing. She's going to man up. She's going to pop her Satanic. Oh, she's getting so much life back. But Luna's going to go down. Rapier number 2 is on the deck. Nature's Prophet gets his initial Rapier, and Gyrocopter drops his Helm of the Dominator to pick up a Rapier.
Not fast enough by the Tinker, could not decide what to put down, so the Nature's TP's in. He should have just instantly thrown down that gem and took it, but it was too late.
Especially considering that they have no real need for the gem anymore. As we discussed earlier, Nature's Prophet sold his...
oh, and he's going for the tier 4s.
Tinker is, yeah. Oh, and they're going to pick off this Shadow Demon?
Gyrocopter might come in with his Boots of Travels as well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's lots of 5x coming out, but at the end of the day, it's just... it's too much. Is my mic still crackling for you?
Yes, it's... Doesn't look like Gyrocopter's going to use his Boots of Travel. He's just going to walk in traditionally, and you can see that... not Gyrocopter, but... Tinker's going to come in here too. They're just going to go for one final push and see if they can't push it off, but Nature's probably saved his Rapier. Will he be able to get anything done? Where's Luna at? She doesn't have her Rapier, nor does she have anything for her 6th slot. There goes the Veil finally for the Jakiro. About 30 minutes building a Veil. But they're going to go and push top. They still want this Mega Creeps. I don't know if this is just something for pride or if they just really think they need this Mega Creeps to win. If I were them, I'd just roll in and try to take the Ancient right now, and the Halberd also finally finished by the Night Stalker. But it's interesting to see what will happen here just in a few upcoming minutes. Roshan still has a very, very long time until it is up. And they're just waiting to defend this. Really think it might be a better idea if they go for this Ancient. You can already see pings coming out from it for the Gyrocopter looking for it. They want to just go in there and take the Ancient, but they don't have any creeps. That 73-minute Halberd. Totally casual. But they smoke up all 5 of them coming in. Will they find anyone? Because they do have a lot of invis heroes because of the Tree and Protector. And we got TP's in from the... Ooh, he cancels it though, Tinker. Could have died there. And this is a very risky team fight, and Tinker looking for these tier 4s. Well, we need to see Gyro TP into here too, but he's not doing that. He doesn't want to danger himself from losing the Rapier again. But we get first few right clicks off on the Ancient, and now it's just a little bit of health gone. But Tinker, he might die here, and he will. And he drops a gem. And while that's happening, all these guys are going to be pushing his top lane in some more. That Rapier is going to put Gyro at about 600 damage, I think. Yeah, a little more, a little less. And it looks like everyone's sort of backing off now. They don't think they can do this without the Tinker. 8,000 gold up on the Tinker. It's a lot of gold, but we're not going to see him buy it back because they're not at too much of a risk. They might want to wait out the 80 seconds they give him. Everyone's level 25, I believe. At least all the main heroes, all the core heroes are level 25. We've seen at the Robot the Magi up on the Jakiro. Don't know what that'll be. But Puck still has his cheese. Not too much items being updated because mostly everyone is 6-slotted. Still surprised to see those double rapiers coming out, really willing to risk that much. Nature's Prophet pushing the bottom lane while these three push mid. These three get called out here, this could be big news, but Jakiro might die here as Night Stalker's going on him. And he'll fall really quick. And now it looks like Gyrocopter's going to be sheeped up here. Half health has to be KB away, but it might not be enough. And one more right click and his rapier will fall, 60 health, and there's the stun. They need to stop him from getting the rapier, but Puck cannot. And then we got everyone else focusing down the racks, and this might be game here. Middle racks will fall right here very, very quickly. That'll be the double rapier back on the dire side. UCap's they're going to focus these tier 4s before they even finish the racks. There's tier 4 1 gone. Where's tier 4 2? There it is, and this might be GG. There won't be a Gyrocopter. Tinker's still not up. Tree Protector's getting killed into the base. Puck, oh, and that's it. It's GG. What a game. Rapiers really saved them, man. I don't think they could have won without him.
How was my mic?
Better.
Okay, good. Sorry about that, guys. I tried to cover as much as I could with the camera, and wow, what a game. Wowzers. Well, we're going to take a quick little break as we get the next lobby set up and the game going, and we look forward to seeing you joining us. Again, signing off, I'm Penguin, joining me is Zebra, and we'll see you in the next game.
See ya.